Hey guys, Mark B here. First and foremost, I just want to thank Terry, the Barefoot Vlogger. Thank you so much for sharing my information and just for recognizing me and the fact that I do love Florida. I love your channel. I just want to say, Terry, the Barefoot man, is doing awesome stuff for us. For anyone who has an interest in Florida, check out his channel at the Barefoot Vlogger. That being said, guys, I'm not great with words. My marker is my voice. My drawing is my voice. So bear with me here. I'm going to just talk a little bit about a few things. It's going to get personal here. So I really wanted to, whether Barefoot knew it or not, I was going to draw him, just trying to fit it in with my day job. And when he always says, he did that video, he's like, I think Mark's working. He's right. He's right. And I'm going to get into what I do for my day job. And you can also see that on this channel. My channel is very random. It's kind of all over the place because I'm a scatterbrain. Anyway, let me get back to my notes here. I actually got freaking notes. I got to get this said. Quick background about me. I work a day job as a utility locator. I locate underground utilities for the local town here near Albany, New York. So it's for 6 months out of the year. It's freaking great. It's the best job ever. I'm outside in a truck, got a laptop, spray paint, and I mark out the utilities. We have 2 days to do it. It's a high stress job at times. But guess what? The reason I found Barefoot. The reason I found Barefoot is because of the other 6 months of my job is in the freezing cold here in Albany, New York, and trying to climb through snowbanks to find a fire hydrant, a sewer manhole cover, or a water curb box, water shutoff line, water valve. A little difficult, and your paint freezes up and everything else. Not only do you got to scrape the ice and the snow off your car, when you get to work, you got to do it to your work truck also. And you got to wear coats. God, I hate coats. Anyway, I'm trying to stick to my notes. And about my art. So yeah, I'm a caricature artist. I also do these little scribble drawings too, just to loosen up, but mainly a caricature artist. And that's how I found Barefoot. Here is that right there is me at the caricature workshop of Tom Richmond in Orlando last year, 2019, I believe, or 28. I forget what the date is. There's me at the top right, Kenny Durkin on the left. My friend, a couple friends there. I forget their names right now. Anyway, that was an inspiring trip I took. Tom Richmond is a Mad magazine artist, one of their main artists, and anyone who's into caricature, get his book, The Mad Art of Caricature. I have a whole video on that too. So yes, I always wanted to do art. I just didn't know what. And being a scatterbrain little ADHD kid that I am, caricature is the perfect fit because I draw one guy quickly, the next guy quickly. I don't spend 2 weeks on painting a landscape, which I have done. Anyway, also, drawing caricatures, you're usually in a warm climate, like Florida. And I've been researching Florida, trying to find out where to go, what to do. Florida was never on my radar. Never. Because I had a dog. I had the best dog ever. His name was Vader, and he was a Doberman Pinscher. Loved him. Lived about 7 years. He's too short of a life, but he had the best life I could give him. He had a great life. People still ask about him. But if you are a pet owner, they keep you home. You really can't go on vacation. I couldn't board him. He didn't do well boarding, so I had to have someone come in. So anyway, my parents in the meantime were retired and did this thing called snowbirds, which I didn't know. It was some annoying thing because I had to go check on their house while they're down at the beach, and Florida was just never on my radar. So that's how I discovered Florida. When my dog Vader passed, it was time to get out and see mom and dad, and it just so happened to be wintertime, and I'm like, okay, whatever. Haven't flown in over like 10 or 15 years. I Yeah, that was scary, but now it's like nothing. I'm down to West Palm Beach every year. Um, Port St. Lucie, to be exact. See my videos on that, by the way. But thanks to mom and dad, and the dog passed away, I could go down there. And there's a New York Florida connection, and Terry hits on that. These snowbirds go down, and I know a lot of the locals don't like the snowbirds, yada yada yada. So anyway, I love it. I know, thanks to Terry, Barefoot, Mr. Barefoot Vlogger, he has paved the way, along with my parents. They have paved the way. I know exactly where I want to live, Port St. Lucie. I know exactly the over 55 park I may want to live in. Golf, shuffleboard, everything is right there that you need. Your golf cart, everything. Anyway, being up here in New York, 45 years, working outside, winter has definitely taken its toll. And I want to say that someone made a comment about Barefoot, that he is the Hemingway of YouTube. That is so true. He is awesome. He is definitely the Hemingway of YouTube. And YouTube's like a time machine. That's the only reason I started this channel, was to just maybe someday when I'm retired, go back and look at me working in the cold while I'm on the beach, while I'm on Jensen Beach, I could scroll back and look at my videos if they're still here. So the other thing is, caricature usually leads you to a warm job, and that's the plan. I got, at this point in time, I have about 8.5, 9 years left to go with the government job I have of locating utilities. And Terry gave me probably some of the best advice. He goes, stick it out, Mark. It'll fly by before you know it. Just the way Terry speaks, the way Barefoot speaks, it's real. It's freaking real. It's awesome. And I said, oh, here's a guy down there doing this, telling me to just relax, put in your time, get your pension, get your benefits. And that's the plan, unless something changes. But I'm going to put in my time, because I want to be in either Port St. Lucie drawing caricatures in my retirement. I'm not going to retire. I'm going to be doing this down there. But either in Port St. Lucie, or I do like this place called Artistic Talent Group in Orlando. So if any of you guys are watching, I have Keelan Parham's book, by the way. I have a video on that. Awesome book. I really kind of draw his body styles. Thank you, Keelan, for those awesome tips also. And that's the plan. I've drawn at the fairs here in New York, the Altamont Fair, Schaghticoke Fair, Newburgh, New York Fair. What an experience. I'm used to doing gigs, and this was retail, and I wanted to stick myself in the retail position to just see what it was like. And there's a big difference, and I have a whole video on gigs versus retail caricature as well. Terry, Barefoot, oh my God, that caricature you showed in your video. Thank you for showing that. It was a caricature that Terry had done on the streets of New York City, and a charcoal drawing. It was that's like a standard portrait. We know those guys. Usually there are a lot of like Asian people down there in the city doing that. Nothing, wrong with that, but it just seems like that's what it is in there, like a printing press. They just do them up in a plain way with not too much exaggeration. As you can tell with me, I kind of exaggerate. I push my drawings a little bit. I don't think that caricature artist got your nose, Terry. And I don't think you got your head shape right. You have what we call a longer head rather than a wider face. We got to look at head shapes and features and the distance and the relationship of the features to each other. Guys, when I go, any caricature artist will relate to this. Just going to the grocery store is like, okay, big nose, tiny eyes close together, mouth pushed up under the nose, wide face. I mean, you're just doing this because this is what I do. That's how I see the world. Anyway, hope Barefoot, you like this caricature. I can't find Barefoot on Instagram. I'm heavy on the Instagram and Facebook, but I'll have to relook. But if you want me to mail this to you, Barefoot, I will gladly mail this to you from Cole to New York State. I'll put it in a little tube. I have tubes here ready to go. I'll wrap it up and send it off to you. Just message me on Instagram, or I don't know how to message anybody on YouTube. I don't know how that works, but you can find me. I definitely want to send it to you. Hopefully you like it and you think it came out good. I did a finished product at the end of this video. So, guys, that's how I come to learn about the Barefoot Vlogger. You should check him out. Check out his live videos. Also, a couple other YouTubers right off the top of my head is the Florida Suburban Dad. I like him because he came from New York, and also a guy called Pay Yourself Back. He's a military guy. I could tell he was a military guy just by the way he was talking, and then he finally admitted it. I'm like, oh, cool. I'm not a military guy, but I really appreciate anyone who served. I went to military high school up here in Troy, New York, but that's about it. But yeah, those are some quick YouTubers, but my favorite is Barefoot Vlogger. When he does the video on parking, just the fact that he's up on the second or third floor of a parking garage and then videotapes a palm tree, like the palm tree. I'm like, oh my God, that's the stuff I love. He does not take things for granted. A lot of those Floridians take that life for granted, and Barefoot does not take it for granted. When I saw my first palm tree flying into West Palm, the first time I visited my snowbird parents for a while, I was like, oh my God, I almost had a tear in my eye. I was like, oh my God, there's a palm tree? It's January. People are living this? They're living this life? Like, where have I been? Sometimes we get sheltered.
Honey, can you grab me a melatonin?
I'm not saying everything about Florida is great, but it's pretty damn good. It's a lot. I want to be there in the wintertime. That's my thing, and I want to be doing this, drawing caricatures. Hopefully Port St. Lucie, Jensen Beach area. Not sure how that's going to work out, but I ain't worried about that yet. So that's how I came to find Barefoot Vlogger, is by doing some YouTube research on moving to Florida from New York. And I believe he was from New Jersey and New York and spent some time near Charlotte as well. I love how he just goes right up to people and talks to them. Terry's got a great attitude, and I try to carry that attitude to my work, to my day job. I do a stressful job, but I'm trying to stick it out, guys. It's tough in this freaking snow. Oh, my God. And it's cold. The cold is what, I don't know, the last 2 or 3 years, I'm 45 now, it really starting to bother me. I don't know if it's with the age or what. Anyway, I think that's about all I have to say. I don't know how to do this voiceover thing. Here we're going to color quick. I'm going to try to speed the video up. I'm not really sure how to do that, but we're going to try. Guys, check out Terry's channel, The Barefoot Vlogger. And if you want to check my site, wackycaricatures.com. If you want a caricature like this, I can do it for you. Send me good pictures. My email, actually, Terry, you can contact me through my website. Just click the little email box. And thank you for recognizing me drawing the newscast up here in Albany. I was trying to think of ways to promote my artwork. And I said, I'll draw the news. And I actually did a gig for one of the news anchors there, Karen Terriachi. Very generous lady. I actually work with a face painter, Primo Designs, Deb Primo Designs up here in Albany. She's actually over in Schenectady. And Karen, the newscaster, hired the face painter, and the face painter said, oh, hey, I know a caricature artist if you want him too. And she said, yeah. So that's how I met Karen, and I drew the whole newscast. Didn't tell him I was doing it because I wanted to make sure it came out good. And then I went and dropped it off, News Channel 13. And they aired it. They freaking aired it. Karen, thank you so much if you ever happen to watch this. Anyway, I like how, I don't know if you can see, I put the reflection of Barefoot's selfie stick in his sunglasses. I learned that trick from the, see right there? I learned that trick from the caricature artists at the fairs and at the carnivals. Those guys are good. I mean, guys, they blow me away out of the water. I'm like years behind them because I got this dumb day job that I got to go to. If I could draw every day, all day, I would. But I can't, so I just do it in the evenings and definitely on the weekends. I'm drawing and sketching. So Also doing a few little experiments of giving my art away. I actually did a few paintings, these scribble paintings, and give them away on the streets. Kind of experimental. A few artists, I'm not the first to do that. Baron Batch did it. He's actually a former Pittsburgh Steeler. Baron Batch, he does it. And Adam Neat, he does it also. But that's about it, guys. I love caricatures. It's how I see the world. And Barefoot Vlogger is awesome. That's all I want to say. I love Florida. I love your Florida videos. Keep them coming. Barefoot, love it. Hope you like this. And guys, have a great day. Thank you. Like and subscribe. Thank you.
Yeah.
And guys, real quick, Terry, that little emoji of me, I did not draw as my YouTube image. That is drawn by Tom Richmond, who put on that workshop. I just want to give him credit. I am not that good. I strive to be. But that image of me is Tom Richmond. Thanks, guys. Like and subscribe. Thank you. The Barefoot Vlogger.